Let's talk crochet projects as a beginner. I received my first crochet hook and some yarn last November for my birthday. It's taken me this long, over a year, to really get some projects under my belt in order to make this video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I'm a creative entrepreneur on a mission to live a life filled with creativity, plus empowering women to live their own creative lives through business motivation, hobbies, and habits. If any of that resonates with you, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos and to join this creative community. Here's a list of items that I've crocheted so far, and all of these things I've completed in 2023, as well as what they taught me as a beginner. First up, this beanie. All right, this is the first thing I ever made and I was so proud of making this. Finished this in March, basically springtime, and everything was getting warmer. So I didn't actually have any cold days to wear it. We're in December now, so I'm so excited to actually be able to wear this because it's so warm and cozy. And like this bad boy, first project ever. So I had to learn how to chain, slip knot, all of the beginner things that you have to do. But if you look at it closely, you'll be able to see that I also crocheted, or I half double crocheted through the back loop of each row. So it gave this rib texture that I feel like it looks really good for beanies. Like it gives it a really cool texture, as well as just this yarn was really pretty with all the other colors. Other thing that I learned with this is to measure. So I made this first really tall, and I didn't really understand types of yarn yet. This is a really stiff yarn. It can stand up. It's not gonna flop over or like be a floppy toque slash beanie. I made it really tall, and so I had to undo the whole thing and redo it, which is why it took me so long to actually complete that one project. The next thing that I crocheted is a scrunchie. So this bad boy took me way too long because I can't sit down and crochet for hours and hours, okay? I probably crochet like tops 30 minutes at a time, and this one is just single crochets and then you stitch it all together. It's really like super basic, but I love this color, and once again, it's just something cool. Like I made this. The third thing that I crocheted, I don't actually have it because it was a gift, was this plant. It was so much fun to do this. So first off, the main thing that this plant taught me was magic circle. I feel like there's fear around a magic circle in the crochet community, but truly once you get the hang of it, I feel like it's a fairly easy thing to do. I mean, I definitely had to do them a few times to make sure that you can actually like pull the string properly so that it closes into a circle. So there's definitely a learning curve there, but once you do them a few times, and I've done them a few times now because of the other projects I'll talk about. And then also the other thing that this taught me was, these leaves, like the plant part of this, I had to crochet in the same stitch for the first time, and I never did that before, so that was interesting to see how that actually all turned out, as well as doing a treble stitch, which in the YouTube tutorial that I watched, which is linked below, we watched that clip like 17 times because I just didn't understand like the two loops and then like pulling through and then just keep going. Yeah. If you don't know what a treble stitch is, just Google it, because I didn't until I had to do one. This was so much fun to create. It was a gift from my grandma because she absolutely loves plants. She has a massive garden. She always has plants, and it was her birthday, so I made her 2 plants. So this one, obviously, and then the fourth thing that I've crocheted as a beginner is a snake plant. So this one, the individual leaves taught me how to switch yarn colors without cutting it off and then like re-putting in a new color. You can really simply add just color on, bring the other colored yarn through, which is super helpful if you are ever going to be making anything with multiple colors. I just like having multiple parts to projects in order to make something. Like, it's so cool. You literally can make anything with crochet. The fifth thing that I am currently crocheting, so this one is not complete yet, but it will be complete by the end of this year. So it falls under what I've crocheted in 2023 because it is a gift for my nephew for the holidays. Now, it's a dinosaur, okay? I'm making this bad boy, right? This free pattern down below is by Jess Huff. She has so many good patterns. I'm gonna be on her website for a very long time because there's so many things you can make. You have to make the dinosaur in sections. So I have the teeth, the arms, and almost one leg. Okay, we're in the middle of making one leg. So this is the first tutorial that I have to do without a video. So the teeth portion had a video on the website, but the arms and the legs did not. So this is the first time that I had to actually read all of the abbreviations and what a pattern looks like just via text. on the screen, and understanding the abbreviations, like what does the asterisk mean, it definitely made me like undo rows and go back and do it, counting so many stitches. So it definitely is a learning curve when you don't have a video tutorial and you just have to read the pattern, but I feel like I'm getting the hang of it now that I've been doing it for a little bit. The legs, I also learned how to do a bobble stitch for the first time, which that was always fun learning a new stitch, and it actually turned out. And I'm like, every time you like get a new stitch and it turns out, you're like, oh my gosh, look, I learned something new. I learned something new. All right, and now number 6, something that I've been making as a beginning crocheter, and I think this is something that everyone can do as a beginner, is a temperature blanket. So me and my grandma, she's knitting and I'm crocheting. We are making a temperature blanket. So we started on the first day of fall just because that's the day we chose. I know a lot of people do January 1st to the end of the year, but we were like, nah, let's just start on the first day of fall. So we are a few weeks behind because we only meet up once a week to actually do this. So it's not as long as it should be. Personally, I'm just single crocheting this because I need it to be as simple as possible. My grandma's doing a completely different pattern. She's knitting and doing a very like really cool pattern with it. I absolutely love it because one, I get to take a look at the temperature and be like, what color do I get to do? What color do I get to do? And then we get to meet up once a week. So I get to hang out with my grandma at least once a week. We're going to try to do some catch-up days throughout December just so that we can get caught up for the new year. I can't wait to see how more colors come into play. We only have touched on a few, obviously, because temperature-wise, we're in fall going into winter, so we're gonna get into the colder temperatures, which are a lot of blues. So I'm really excited for that to come to play. I recommend doing a temperature blanket as a beginner because you really only have to do 1 row a day, and that can just get you in the habit of crocheting. And the more you crochet, the better you get at it. So that is all of the projects that I have currently done. I definitely want to note that there are a few things up next on my crochet project list. First one being this cow, which once again from Jess Huff, and this is going to be a present for my niece, which I haven't started yet, but I will get it done by the end of this year. And then also the other thing that's always been on my mind is making actual clothes. It kind of intimidates me, but eventually I'll get there. Like making a cozy sweater seems like such a fun thing to do now that we're going into the winter, but I know it'll probably take me like 5 months to complete it because I'm a slow crocheter. But yeah, we're learning. We're gonna continue making things. So let me know what you are currently crocheting right now because I would love to just have more crochet project ideas on the go on my list because it's always so much fun to make new things. But that is everything that I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like. If you can subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.